welcome back to another explainer. Okay, let's jump right in, because today we're diving into an absolutely amazing true story of two brothers who haven't seen each other in a really, really long time. We're talking about Jacob and Esau. Now, if you know the backstory, you know they had a massive falling out years ago. And today, well, today is the day they finally meet again. It's an epic story of fear, family, and a huge surprise. Let's go.
So think about this for a second. Have you ever been, just terrified to see someone after a really big fight? Imagine waiting to see your own brother after a huge argument, and your heart is literally pounding like a drum. Thump, thump, thump. Well, that is exactly how Jacob is feeling right now. He's been traveling a super long way, and he knows Esau is coming to meet him. But he has absolutely no idea if Esau is still holding a grudge, or if he's actually ready to forgive.
Then suddenly Jacob looks up and his heart completely drops. Through the thick, swirling dust, he spots Esau marching toward him. But wait, Esau isn't alone. He's got an army of 400 men with him. 400. Yeah, is right. If you were Jacob, you'd probably be shaking in your sandals right now too. Because, let's be real, an army of 400 guys looks a whole lot like a battle is about to kick off.
So what does a dad do when he's facing down an army? He protects his family. Jacob springs right into action. To keep everyone safe, he carefully lines up his entire household. First, he puts the slave girls and their children right up front. Next, he puts his wife Leah and her children second. And finally, he places his youngest son Joseph and his mother Rachel safely in the very back. It's like a giant shield. He loves them all, for sure, but he's making absolutely certain the youngest are as far away from danger as possible.
But watch what Jacob does next, because this is totally crucial. Taking a brave step forward, he actually leaves his family safely behind and walks ahead of them entirely by himself. And then he bows low to the ground. Not once, not twice, but 7 whole times. Yep, 7. He just keeps bowing over and over as he gets closer to his brother. Back then, this was a massive way to show deep respect. It was basically him screaming, "Hey, I come in peace."
Okay, so Jacob was definitely bracing for a fight. But get ready for an amazing surprise. As Jacob is bowing, Esau doesn't draw a sword. He doesn't even yell. Instead, Esau just runs right up to him, throws his arms around Jacob's neck, gives him this massive hug, and kisses him. All those dark, scary storm clouds of fear, totally gone. Poof. Instead of clashing, both brothers just hold on to each other and start crying these incredible, happy tears. That big, intimidating army didn't even matter anymore. Suddenly, they're just two brothers who really missed each other.
So after a minute, Esau looks up, wiping the happy tears from his eyes, and he notices something over Jacob's shoulder. He spots all the women and kids standing politely in those lines Jacob set up earlier. Esau is totally amazed and asks, "Who are these with you?" Remember, he hasn't seen his brother in years, so he has absolutely no clue who this giant, wonderful family belongs to. Jacob just smiles. Honestly, he's probably feeling so much relief that his brother isn't mad anymore. He proudly tells him, "The children God has graciously given to your servant." Jacob completely recognizes that his beautiful family is this wonderful gift from God, and you can just tell he's so excited to finally introduce them to their uncle Esau. All right, so it is time to actually say hello, and one by one, the whole family steps up. First up, the slave girls and their children step forward and bow down politely. Then, Leah and her kids step up and give their bows. And finally, little Joseph and Rachel step up and bow down too. The whole family finally gets to meet Uncle Esau in total peace. Literally no fighting at all. How great is that? But wait, Esau has another question. On his march to meet Jacob, he remembers passing just a ton of animals. We're talking huge flocks of sheep, goats, and camels. So he turns to Jacob and asks, "Hey, what was the meaning of all those droves I bumped into on the way?"
Jacob explains that all those animals were actually a special gift. They were meant to win Esau's favor and kind of apologize for the past. But Esau just smiles, waves it off, and kindly says, "I have plenty already, my brother. Keep your possessions for yourself." Honestly, Esau didn't need presents to forgive his brother. He was just thrilled to have him back.
Jacob, though, really insists that Esau take the gift. And he tells him something so incredibly beautiful. He says, "Just seeing your face has been like seeing the face of God, now that you have received me." Wow. Jacob was just so overwhelmed by Esau's grace and kindness that, to him, it actually felt like looking right at God's own love and forgiveness. Well, because Jacob urges him so warmly, and because it means so much to him to share these blessings, Esau finally agrees. He accepts his brother's generous gift. It's just a wonderful moment of sharing. The brothers are truly united again, completely bringing everything full circle. So now that they're basically best friends again, Esau says, let's break camp and get going. I'll go first. He wants everyone to travel together, but Jacob has to be a wise dad here. Esau's strong soldiers, yeah, they can march super fast. But Jacob knows his tiny kids and all those little baby sheep and cattle need a much gentler pace. If they push too hard and overdrive the animals for even a single day, the flocks will get exhausted and sick. So Jacob tells Esau to go on ahead, promising to take it slow at the pace of the children and the animals. Esau even offers to leave a few of his men behind to help out, but Jacob politely says, no need, we've got it. So Esau kindly heads back to his home in Seir. Meanwhile, Jacob really takes his time. He travels to a place called Succoth, where he actually built a house and sets up shelters for his cattle. And finally, after a super long journey all the way from Padan Aram, Jacob arrives completely safely at the city of Shechem in Canaan. And to make a true, solid home for his family right there, Jacob does something super important. He actually buys a piece of land from the sons of Hamor, Shechem's father, and he pays for it with exactly 100 pieces of silver. Boom! He finally has a secure, peaceful place to pitch his tent. Now, Jacob absolutely knows he didn't pull this off all by himself. He knows God protected him from those scary 400 men, softened his brother's heart, and guided his family safely home. So, to celebrate his safe journey and this mind-blowing reunion, Jacob builds a special altar right there on his new land. He calls it El Elohai Israel, which translates to God, the God of Israel, basically as a massive thank you to God for everything. Now, the real superpower of this whole explainer is our food for thought today. The moral of Genesis 33 is this: humility and forgiveness, sparked by grace, transform broken relationships into peace. I mean, think about it. Jacob was humble, Esau was forgiving, and because of that amazing grace, what could have been a totally scary battle turned into the absolute best hug ever. I hope you loved diving into this amazing story with us. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? Who in your life could you show just a little extra forgiveness to today? Think about it. Well, that's it for now. Click the bell button, like, share, and subscribe.